from shore to shore, we reclaim the land. Grit and glory in every strand. In Jersey Shore, we make our stand.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Jersey Shore Podcast. That's S-U-R-E because we are always shore. Brought to you by the Great America's Pulse Network. I'm your host, Damon Galdo, and I have a great friend coming on as a guest tonight. And I just want to start off by saying I may be a little angrier than he is, as usual. He's always angry, but I think I might top him today because I want to talk about something. I mean, let's stop pretending people are waking up. They're not. I mean, they just voted Democrat again. New Jersey, Virginia, New York, Democrat again. They after the inflation, the crime, the taxes, the fraud, the gas prices, the open borders, and the lies. So no, this isn't a speech about what Democrats did to New Jersey. This is a speech about what New Jersey did to itself. Because at some point, ignorance stops being an excuse and becomes complicity. And that's what it is. It's complicity at this point. So you don't live in a blue state because Democrats are brilliant. You live in a blue state because too many people stopped thinking. That's basically what it is. Living in New Jersey today is like living in a velvet lined prison. If you think about it, if the bars are invisible, but they're real. You work harder, you pay more, you get less, and then you vote for the same people who did it to you. That's not compassion. That's conditioning. And let's talk about the word the Democrats suddenly love to use all of a sudden. You see it all over the news. They keep talking about affordability, because nothing exposes the lie faster than reality. If affordability mattered, groceries wouldn't be up double digits. Rent wouldn't be unaffordable for young families. Gas wouldn't be nearing 50 cents a gallon in state taxes alone. Property taxes wouldn't feel like a second mortgage. Insurance wouldn't be swallowing your paychecks. Affordability didn't fail by accident. It was crushed under the reckless spending, endless government expansion, and inflation that created by Democrats at every level. And now they broke it, and they're campaigning on fixing it, like an arsonist running for fire chief. It's insane. They're raising the gas tax to nearly 50 cents a gallon, and then you shrug. They're raising the sales tax, and then you sigh. They threaten an exit tax. So if you sell your home and flee, they tax you one last time. And people say, well, that's New Jersey. No, that's control. That's government saying we own you while you're here and we'll punish you for leaving. And then comes the insult of the insult wrapped in a bow. I'm sure everyone got the anchor rebate if you didn't apply for it because it's your money you're getting back. But it's bullshit anyway. It's $1,000. They hand it to you like a magician, basically. Flashing one hand while the other steals your wallet. Like, look at my left hand. Here's $1,000. Ignore my right hand. Higher gas taxes, higher property taxes, higher tolls, higher insurance, higher fees, higher utilities, higher cost of living. They take $2,000 and give back $1,000, and you clap like you won. I mean, that's not relief. That's the matrix. An illusion, a choice, an illusion of help, an illusion of freedom. You think you chose this, but the outcome was preloaded. Lame duck bills pushed through after elections. Rules change when you're not looking. Power locked in before accountability can touch it. This is what one party rule looks like when it matures. Not chaos, not tyranny with tanks, but a slow, suffocating squeeze, I would say, leaving, where leaving is expensive, staying is miserable, and dissent is shamed. And while New Jersey families struggle to raise kids in a state that feels less livable every year, Democrats keep doing what they always do, spending money that isn't theirs. They blew out the national economy with Biden inflation. They broke healthcare with Obamacare and called it affordable. They allowed billions of dollars to be stolen in Minnesota fraud schemes because people investigating, they think that they couldn't come out with it because they might offend the wrong people, the Somalians. They prioritize illegal immigrants for benefits, housing, protection, while citizens wait, pay, and get ignored. And somehow, after all this, people still vote for them. Why? I guess because Democrats don't run on results, they run on promises. Free this, free that, free everything. And too many voters never ask the only question that matters. Who pays? You do. Your kids do. Your future does. And that's what it is. This is how societies decline. Not with a bang, but with a ballot box full of bad decisions made by people who think government money is free. And it's not free. I talk about that all the time. It's your money. Government doesn't have money. So raising children in Jersey today should scare you. It scares the hell out of me. Not because of some abstract future, but because of the system is teaching them a lie. That dependence is normal, that government solves everything, that responsibility is optional, that someone else will pay. That's how you raise subjects, not citizens. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. If you voted Democrat after all this, after the taxes, after the crime, after the fraud, after the inflation, after the lockdowns, after the power grabs, then you don't get to say, I didn't know. You knew. You just chose comfort over truth. Fear over accountability, tribe over reality. And now the walls are closing in. Power has consolidated. Rules are being rewritten. Mobility is being taxed. Choice is being replaced with compliance. And this is what happens when a party learns it can do anything and still win. And until voters feel consequences, and I mean real consequences, nothing is going to change. So this isn't a message of hope wrapped in platitudes. This is a warning. You don't vote if you don't vote your way out of the system that you keep reinforcing. You don't fix corruption by rewarding it, and you don't get freedom back by outsourcing responsibility to the same people who took it. New Jersey isn't trapped because Democrats are unbeatable. It's trapped because too many people refuse to admit they were wrong. But history is clear about one thing. I'll tell you this. Systems built on illusion always collapse. And when they do, the people who ignored reality are the ones that are most shocked by the fallout. The question isn't whether this state is in trouble, because it is. The question is whether enough people are willing to finally say no more. Because until that happens, you didn't just vote for this. You authorized this. So now we're going to go into our first segment. And I named this episode Lame Duck New Jersey because all the lame duck bills are going to push through. First segment is Wake Up New Jersey. And my man there drinking wine. His wife.
I'm feeling bougie.
Seth Eisenberg from the Conservative Recorder. Thanks for joining me, Seth, man. I know you live in a state that's similar to mine.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredible, man. I just can't believe it. I can't believe people keep voting this way and they complain about it after the fact when they get hit with everything.
Well, it's a reason why Biden won. It's because people didn't vote for Biden. They voted against Trump. That rather than use common sense and look at what was going on, I hate Trump, so I'm voting for Biden. You could have put a can of Campbell's soup up against Trump, and those morons would have voted for it. Yeah. It's not about reality or facts. It's about feelings. They're ruled by their emotions.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, man. But the thing is, facts, I mean, you can't let your emotions get in the way with things. I mean, why? Because you hate Trump so bad, you'd rather see everyone suffer. You'd rather say, okay, I'll suffer myself if I have somebody else in. I mean, but it's unbelievable. I want to start off with these lame duck bills that they're putting through in New Jersey, but you're trying to push through right before, because we just had Mikey Sherrill get elected and she'll be sworn in January. So Phil Murphy's trying to just shove it up everyone, butt before he leaves. And he's doing it because these are Mikey Sherrill's policies, but she can say, I didn't do it. It happened before I got in. That's the whole reason. So, but look at these crazy bills that they're trying to shove through. Let's play the first clip.
So without further ado, here's the 10 crappiest bills in New Jersey. All of these could get jammed through in the next few weeks unless we stop them. Bill number 1 puts prison inmates wherever they want based on their gender identity, not their actual biological sex. And guards must use whatever made-up pronouns they demand. Gee, let's put the most violent men in New Jersey into women's prisons. What could possibly go wrong there? And what about the furries that identify as a cat or dog? It seems unfair to them. Do local animal shelters have to take them in? Bill number 2 lets 14-year-olds get mental health treatment with zero parental involvement. Our state already shuts parents out of so much with their children. This bill kicks them out of the room entirely. Stop the erosion of parental rights. Bill number 3 forces every homeschooled child and their parents to meet with the district every year for wellness checks. That's the government knocking on your door to check on how you raise your kids. And who determines what is good wellness and what is bad? Big Brother? Bill number 4. This lets 16 and 17-year-olds vote in school board elections. These are the same dopes running around going 6-7 everywhere they go. They're still living at home with mom and dad rent-free. But they can now vote on million-dollar budgets and decide curriculum? Come on. Bill number 5. This gives full taxpayer-funded health coverage to illegal immigrants. Many of you saw my report on the cost of illegal immigration in this state. It's already pushing over $7 billion. With roughly 900,000 illegals in New Jersey, this number would go up billions more. You're already struggling with your health care costs, but Democrats want you to pay even more to subsidize people here illegally? Bill number 6. It bans police from even working with federal immigration authorities. It's a copy of the Attorney General's already disastrous policy. In fact, he did such a bad job, even the new governor-elect won't keep him. So why the hell are we copying the single worst thing this guy ever did to the state? Bill number 7. It forces racial and gender quotas onto corporate boards. This means every corporation would be run by identity politics instead of qualifications. We're already getting screwed. How much worse can it get? By the way, how'd you like the new Jaguar or Cracker Barrel rebrands? Get ready for more of that everywhere you turn. Bill number 8 dumps another $100 million into forcing high-density housing onto every community in New Jersey. Democrats want to transform every single town.
Well, Seth, sorry to put you through that, buddy, and all the listeners out there. Hey, make sure everyone like and subscribe if you're watching. And we have a chat box, too, if you want to ask a question or make a comment. You guys can do that. And we have something new that's going to be coming up pretty soon. We're going to be able to call in. So we're working on that. So
I can call in a brief heaven.
But Seth, I mean, look at that. Something. The only bill I would say that I will be okay with is only if I was getting charged with a felony and had to go to prison. I don't think it's right. Yeah. It's a stupid bill. I don't want men and women's prisons. It's retarded. It doesn't. I mean, it really is. But I'm just making a joke, trying to lighten up a little bit. Because I'm so angry at all this that I missed the breaking news, in the clip. So I'll probably get to that later at some point. I want to go to breaking news, but I was so fired up to do that monologue and play this clip. I missed it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I got nothing but love for you, man.
What do you think about all that stuff? I mean, how about this? I'll ask you this one. You have hospital bills up the wazoo, because of your rotted out foot. We always call it. I had 2 herniated discs. I still do. I went and got injections in my back, and they infected me with some kind of bacterial infection that almost killed me. And I was in the hospital for days. Now I got hospital bills up to the wazoo, and I have to pay them. And I'm going through all this shit. You're going through all this shit. But hey, if you cross that border illegally, come on in. You can have it. You get free everything. No problem. I mean, how does that make you? Well, I know how it makes you feel, but how do you stop shit like that?
You don't. We can't. So my whole thing is, if you can't stop it, vote for everything. Why stop there? Let's give everybody taxpayer-funded healthcare. Let's give everybody a free house. Let's give everybody whatever they want. Let's just disband the police departments. Why even have law enforcement? Screw it. We don't need that. You want to go to prison and say that you're a dog? We'll let you do it. We'll feed you in bowls. We'll let you drink water from a bowl. We'll call you Fido. We'll do whatever you want. We just need to jump on board the shit train that it is and ride with it and push it as far as we can. because it's not going to stop. The more we fight it, the more they do. So stop fighting it. Let them do whatever they want to do. Take care of yours and your own. Screw the rest of them and live your life. Don't involve with it. Like Gandhi said, you can't fix a broken system from the inside. It's broken. You're not going to fix it. You can fix it from the outside. And the best way to fix it, non-participation. Don't participate in it. Don't involve yourself with it. Whatever you can do on your own, do on your own. Become self-sufficient. Stay out of the system because it's not going to stop. It's gotten worse. It's not gotten any better anywhere. And that's from fighting it. It's gotten worse.
Yeah, I just, the only thing, like I mentioned in the monologue, living in New Jersey, I don't know how it is down in Maryland. It's like a prison.
Not much better.
But it's like a prison. You are stuck with this, stuck with that. You're going to raise your gas tax of 50 cents a gallon, nearly 49.5 cents a gallon. They're raising it. It was 44 cents now. But when they passed it, it was like carte blanche that they could raise it whenever they want over anything. They're going to raise the sales tax.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give immigrants free health care. Now, I'm in the union, so that we pay in our own health care. So
right.
when we get a raise, like we say we have like a 5-year deal that we make, for raises. So it might get every November and May, we get something. It might be a quarter, might be 50 cents. It could even be $1, depending on how they negotiated it. But we're self-sustaining, but it's every time we go to get a raise, then it's like, oh no, we got to put it towards healthcare because there's not enough money in there because premiums are shooting up, and it's unbelievable. It really is, man. Could even be $1, depending on that. So that's what pisses me off so much. I mean, but you're stuck. Like if I want to leave New Jersey and they're raising all this stuff, they're raising property taxes and everything else. They're messing with our schools and our kids and everything else. And I would say, all right, that's it. I'm out. Then I got to pay like a 9% exit tax on my house, or whatever it is, 9 or 10%, something like that. I mean, there's a long-standing joke about the bridges in New Jersey going to New York, going to Philadelphia. You pay from the New Jersey side going out. You don't pay coming back in. So I know they share it, but whatever. But that's what it's like. I mean, you get paid leaving.
It's number one. I have friends who are Democrats, not liberal Democrats, and there's a difference. People who I know who are liberal, I want nothing to do with anymore. I despise them. I blame them for everything that's wrong in this country. I hold them accountable, and I want nothing to do with them. And that's what we got to start doing. Democrats and liberals are different. There is a difference. I don't mind Democrats. I can live with a Democrat. I can handle a Democrat. I can talk to a Democrat. Liberals I don't like. Liberals disgust me. They make my nose bleed. I want nothing to do with them. So we need to distinguish Democrats, Republicans, or Democrats and liberals. You know a liberal, you need to cut them off. Be vocal about it, be insulting about it, be nasty about it. We need to let them know that they're pieces of shit. They're ruining this country because they want to feel good about themselves. That's fine. Go to your own house and shit in your own house. Stop coming out in the world and making me walk through it. I'm tired of it. But fighting it is not going to stop it. The more you fight it, the better they feel about themselves. Like, ooh, I'm making him angry. So I must be doing something right. They're too stupid to realize that this is hurting them as well. They're just too stupid. And it makes me angry and sick. I'm tired of it. I mean, it's not.
It's not. You're right. It's not so much that I'm mad that they're getting some wins here and there. Well, yeah, I am. Sorry, I am. So, but it's more so that they're just stupid people getting wins.
Yes,
people that don't make any sense whatsoever. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I mean, I don't understand. Like this bill right here, saying it allows the 16, 7-year-olds to vote for school board elections. Now, are you kidding me? On school board? Like what? I'm like, oh, I don't like this person because they put me in detention or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, seriously, but they can't. They're not at a legal age to vote. Period. They're not a legal age to go to war. Not a legal age to smoke cigarettes. Not a legal age to drink beer or alcohol. It's okay, but no, but you can vote on your own schooling. It's like they're pushing it to where it's like, okay, let the kids take over, and that's what liberals are. They're children. They think like children. So,
well, I think kids are smarter than most liberals.
why? Yeah, probably. But it's just like, why would you let children take over and make their own decisions? Just like the gender affirming care, all that bullshit that they're pushing left and right. Like, no, I mean, kids are confused all the time. They think they want something and they don't want it, and then I want French toast. Never mind. I want pancakes. So no, I'll take eggs. It's like they change their mind, like like on a whim all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, "Oh, I think I'm a girl." All right, let's cut your junk off. All right, hold on, stop, pump the brakes a little bit. It makes no sense, man. It really doesn't.
And it hasn't forever. There's no way to describe a liberal other than saying, imagine a chimpanzee on cocaine coming down off a crystal meth high in a room full of crystals, just breaking things up, running around, throwing shit, screaming and hooting and hollering, but thinking they're making sense. To anybody looking in, it's like, God, that monkey's crazy as hell. That monkey, I'm sane. Everybody else is crazy. Woo! That's what a liberal is. They're crazy as a shithouse rat. There's no other way to describe them.
Yeah. So, and then they're still trying to bring back the DEI mandates for racial and gender diversity on private boards. That, like, why?
I don't even see how they can do that, though. That seems like way overreach. Like, you can't tell a private company what they can and can't do. I don't understand how that's even feasible.
That's Assembly Bill A2239. That's what they're trying to push through.
Well, I want to put a bill through Jersey. It says anybody whose last name has a vowel in it has to give me $20 a week.
I will do that if you stop these bills going through.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you $20 a week.
Okay. No, they don't understand the damage you're doing. They're worried about right here, right now. That's what they focus on. Immediate, right here. They're not looking down the road. Maybe right now that all seems great, like we're helping people, we're making sure everybody's involved. Right now that may seem great. Let's look at it like 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. What's it going to look like then when there's no businesses in Jersey because they don't want to be told what to do? When the cops can't even fill up a force because nobody wants to be a cop anymore because they're getting shit on every time they turn around. When public schools have 4 or 5 students in it because nobody wants to send their kids to school anymore. I mean, they're not looking ahead at the repercussions of their actions. That's what's frightening about liberals.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the thing is, too, another one that's here, it says the Immigrant Trust Act limits certain state and local cooperation cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, sets immigrant trust protections for interactions with agencies. So they're not going to work with ICE or anything like that. But in the state of New Jersey, and you heard a guy say it's upwards of $7 billion. It's $7.3 billion. That, not federal tax, just your New Jersey state taxes pay for illegal immigrants, for their schooling, their housing, their health care, for all of it. $7.3 billion. I said this before, and I'll say it again, people in New Jersey. If we were not a sanctuary state and we didn't pay for illegal immigrants to be here, that's $7.3 billion. If you do the math for every household in New Jersey, you could lower property taxes by over $2,000 per house.
Wow.
And we have the highest property taxes in the nation. So
don't say that too loud because Maryland will say, hey, hold my beer. So don't say too loud.
I mean, it's common sense. It's like, what? Okay, you don't belong here. Okay, you broke the law. You stepped foot in our country, no pun intended, with your foot, so, illegally. But no. I mean, it's like, okay, well, like if everyone knew that, I'm trying to push that message out there. It's like, wait a minute, that's $7.3 billion we wouldn't have to pay, and then we could lower all of our property taxes by over $2,000. Everyone.
But then I wouldn't be morally superior to a conservative.
Yeah, I know. But I don't care. I don't care who ran. I don't care if it was Osama bin Laden's son ran for for governor and said, "Hey, I'm going to lower your property taxes by over $2,000 by getting rid of the sanctuary state status," and then he smothered a puppy in front of me, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go with it. But no, all jokes aside, though, I just don't understand why people don't see it. The thing is to get the message out there. That's
the best thing to say to a liberal when they talk about illegal immigrants. Go, hey, okay, I'll give you $5,000 right here, right now. You name one country you can go into illegally and not be put out the minute they find you. Just name one country.
Oh yeah,
there's no country in the world that does that. No country in the world will let you do that. None. So why should we?
But all right, so we're going to keep going with this. We got to take a quick break. Our great producer has just gave us a note. It's time to take a break, and then we're going to go into Hammer segment number 2.
The APN's The Pulse Podcast is hosted by Alexandra Levine from the Alexandra Levine Life Podcast. And Damon Galdo from the Jersey Shore Podcast. And Seth Eisenberg from the Conservative Corner Podcast. Also, there will be 2 additional guests on every episode. The Pulse is live every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
All right, so we're back. All right, so this Hammer segment here, and Seth, he's the one that named me the Hammer. He gave me the nickname,
yes.
So I embrace it. Thank you for that. So this Hammer number 2. So I got a lot of clips to play, in this segment and the next one too, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. I just wanted, to show everybody. Again, getting the message out there is the most important thing. And I need everybody in the state of New Jersey, because we're talk about New Jersey again in this segment, and then we'll move on to some national stuff in the third segment. But make sure you stay tuned, like and subscribe. And remember, you guys can go in the chat and ask a question if you'd like. And I got something. I got a new segment 4. It's like my quick segment that I do with the Patriot and Loser of the Week award. I do on Mondays, but it's a new one. It's something different. So stay tuned, and you'll see what it is. But so Seth, I want to. This is titled "Whose Money Is It Anyway?" Now, I would say in Minnesota. Let's start with that. I'm not taking it outside New Jersey, but this is the same thing. It relates to New Jersey. So there's a new report out of the Center of Immigration Studies, Breitbart. 8 in 10 households of Somali refugees in Minnesota are on one or more forms of American taxpayer welfare. It's based on 10 years of data from the Census Bureau's American Community Survey. It shows drastic disparities of native-born Americans and Somali-born refugee households. There are 80,000 with Somali ancestry in Minnesota, compared to 0 in the 1990s. There was 0. Now there's 80,000. So now there are 27% on cash welfare, 54% on food stamps, 73% on Medicaid. Native-born Americans, 21% are on one or more forms of welfare. This is Minnesota. I know it's good out of New Jersey for this. I just want to get out of the way so I didn't forget. So we're importing people. Are we importing people that are the greatest assets to this country? I work hard for. I work really hard, and for the government to come and take my money and give it away to people that don't deserve it, that don't belong here, that migrated under the blanket of basically my home, broke into my home and put their hand in my pocket and said, "Hey, you're giving me this for free." I have 2 children, two children. I'm not millions of children, not 80,000 children. I have 2, so that's who I have to worry about. That's it. Yeah. They come over and like, "Yep, here you go." Government takes money out of your pocket, give it to them. Here you go, and they're all on welfare. Not all, but you heard the majority of them. That's what bothers me the most.
I agree.
It's the same thing here in New Jersey. So,
well, yeah. I've said it on my show, and I'll say it again. We need to stop immigration completely for 3 years. Stop it. Shut the borders. Put a wall up. become isolationists for 3 years, take care of what's going on in our country first, focus on us, take care of our elderly, take care of our veterans, take care of our children, pay down the debt, build up the infrastructure, put people to work, take care of our country. At the end of 3 years, sort of kind of open the door. Sort of kind of. Let some people in based on the skills they have, what they're bringing with them, and what they can do to help us. And then open it a little bit more with the same conditions. If you can't do something for us that we can't do ourselves, if you don't have a skill that's in demand, or if you're not already filthy rich bringing more money with you, we don't want you. You are not welcome here. Go back to your country. Well, there's a war in my country. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Get out. We need to stop being the Holiday Inn for the world. This is ridiculous. We can't afford it. We cannot afford it because they're ripping us off. They're bleeding us dry. And the liberals are all standing by and applauding, going, that's great. We're helping the less fortunate. These people aren't less fortunate. They're making thousands of dollars a month tax-free. They're making more than I make.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not less fortunate.
It's unbelievable. It's not just, okay, you're free to work, come over here, and then, all right, we'll get a job. No, here, we're going to give you free stuff. We'll give you free housing. We'll give you welfare cash. We'll give you food stamps. We'll give you this. And they were like, oh, man, I was living in a hut over in Somalia, and now I can come here and DoorDash for free.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I think, and just because it's who I am, we need to focus on taking care of our veterans. I mean, I think they said something like, I read somewhere, 75% of all homeless people on the street are veterans. And out of that 75, 45 to 50% have mental illnesses. That's what we need to focus on. The people who were willing to die for our country are now living on the street. That's where our focus should be. And then on the elderly, and then on children, not on foreigners. I don't give a shit about foreigners. I don't care what's going on in Somalia. I don't care what's going on in Peru. It's not my problem. I don't care. There's a war going on. So sorry to hear that. Do what you got to do to make it better. I don't care. I don't care. And if that makes me callous and cold-hearted and evil, I'll wear it like a badge. I'm worried about my country, worried about my countrymen, making sure we have what we need to be better than the rest of the world, because it's a competition. I don't care what anybody said. It's a competition. And right now, we're not really winning like we used to be. We need to get back to focusing on America. And if that means we got to shut the door on other people, you know what? I'll shut the door for you. I don't care anymore about other people. I don't care about other countries. I don't care.
I'm with you there, buddy. We got a lot of problems going on here, and we're melting down as the days go on.
You know what the biggest problem we have right now is? I have nothing left.
It's too expensive. The taxes on the can't buy anymore. I don't know if food stamps buys alcohol, but maybe you can apply for it.
Give it time. It'll start covering that too.
All right. So I got like a bunch of clips. And I want to play this first one. I know she's one of your favorites. So let's just not play this.
Oh, great. Let's see who this is.
Just this past week, I saw, I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity. And I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'd have to think through it a lot. One of the things that they propose is black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time, because then again, that puts money back in your pocket. But at the same time, it may not be as objectionable to some people about actually giving out dollars. But obviously then you start dealing with the different tax brackets and things like that. And that's one of the reasons that, we argue the reparations make sense, because so many black folk, not only do you owe for the labor that was stolen and killed and all the other things, right? But the fact is, like, we end up being so far behind, right? And so it's like, how do you bring forth people? Exactly. And so it's like, if you do the no tax thing for people that are already, say, struggling and aren't really paying taxes in the first place, it doesn't really exactly.
They may want those checks like they got during COVID.
Exactly.
I'll let you lead off with that one. With you can have that one.
Oh my God! You can feel the stupid coming off the screen. Like, I can feel it. It's like it's like a stench, like from a diaper that a baby just dumped in, and you open it up, you're like, huh, you can feel it. That's what I feel every time she opens her sewer hole. She is the biggest idiot. Well, I can't say that. She's one of the biggest idiots I've ever heard speak in my life. She's disingenuous because she's a very intelligent woman. She's college educated. She's got an education. She's a smart person. Yeah. But she plays the ghetto princess every time she can because and I would find that more insulting as a black person than anything else in the world. If you're an educated woman and you went to college, act like it. Don't talk to me like I'm a Section 8 king. Don't act like we're all ghetto because we're not.
Yeah.
But she's appealing to the lowest common denominator, which is stupid. And every time she opens her mouth, condom sales go up. And she's voted in. She got voted in. That's what's scary. She was voted in.
Yeah, I know. I don't. But in the first sentence was, don't tax, black people, give them reparations that way. And she goes into it more and more, and then she also talks about, well, most of them are on welfare anyway, and they don't pay taxes, so that was just give them a check. Well, it's all right. If that's what she says, then isn't welfare reparations then? If that's the case, I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think Morgan Freeman said it best when he said, you end racism. You don't call me a black man. I won't call you a white man. Just call me a man.
Yeah.
And that ends it. He's 100% correct. These people thrive and live and get paid on racism. NAACP, the ACLU, this moron, Black Lives Matter. They thrive on racism. That's how they get paid. That's how they make money. So they're going to do whatever they can to keep it going. And it's ridiculous that people bite it. The liberals take it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, yeah, let's not charge them taxes anymore because my grandfather, great, 20 times removed grandfather, might have done something in the 1800s that would be considered racist. So let me give them money that they don't deserve because the person I'm giving it to was never a slave. This is it's stupid.
Just backwards stupidity. And I'm just going to bring up this is just a pick real quick. I jumped the gun in the first segment, but I had to get it out with the illegals. This is New Jersey here. Let's pull up this one pick, and then after that, we'll go into the next clip. So there you go. The Jersey Democrat proposes free state health care coverage for undocumented immigrants. In Trenton, New Jersey, Assemblywoman Garnet R. Hall. I don't even know who she is, but she's in Assembly. There you go. So we in New Jersey, we needed 13 Assembly seats to be in the majority. And instead of winning 13 seats, we lost 6. So we went backwards. So that's how bad New Jersey is right now. That's what they're going to be able to pass anything they possibly can. So again, I want to tell everybody, write letters to your legislators, call and tell them you don't want this stuff because this is what you vote for. And Republicans out there too, piss me off, that don't get off their lazy asses and go vote because my vote doesn't count. Well, only like 30-some% of Republicans came out to vote. So, okay, yeah, it didn't count because you didn't go vote. So that's the problem. So if you would have came and voted for this, I don't want to hear any complaints from anyone. So I'm going.
I love you to death, man. I do. I'm starting to think a different way about voting. I'm starting to come around to a different view. I'm starting to think that voting gives you the illusion of control, the illusion that your choice matters. Now, go with me here. Have you ever looked at the ballot for the presidential election? There's like 15 people on it. 15 people.
Yeah.
How many people do we see on debates or anything like that for presidents on TV? We see the Republicans and the Democrats. We don't see the other 14 or 15 people. Now, don't get me wrong. There's communists and socialists and morons and whatever else running. I get that. But the point is, we're not allowed to listen to them. They don't let them get airtime. We don't get to hear what they say. I think if we want our vote to count, if your vote is that important, you hold it until they put somebody up that you agree with. Not somebody that's in the same party as you. not somebody that you agree with 10% of the time or 20% of the time. Because if you think of it this way, if you went to buy a car and this car lot is full of cars, and I'm just going to show you two, you can't look at what's behind me. No. Look at these two. You have to pick from these two cars. You're going to tell me to take a walk. Go screw yourself. I want to look at everything else. But when it comes to presidents, that's fine. Just show me two people, and I'll pick from those two people. We have to demand that everybody have an equal voice. If you're a conservative, we have to demand that, hey, I know he's a communist, and I'm not going to agree with him, but you have to give him equal time. He has to be able to say his piece, just like the Democrat and the Republican candidate. We have to hear what he has to say because it's just an illusion right now. We need to start focusing on what's best for us, not what's best for the establishment. What works better for our communities, not what makes DC DC. Hold your vote until you get somebody you agree with 90% of the time. And if that means you don't vote, don't vote. But don't be shy to tell people, I'm not voting because Democrat or Republican Party put up somebody that's kissing the ring. They don't represent me. They represent the party. And I'm not voting for that anymore. We need to start taking a stand. We have to, or this shit will get worse every year.
Well, I would say I disagree with that. I think you would have to. I think voting would be. I see some text coming in here. It's coming in on my phone, but it's not coming in on the chat here. But I don't know. People are. I don't know everybody. We're not seeing it on the chat on the screen.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
But yeah, I see it coming over my phone. People are saying some stuff. But it disappears right away, so I can't respond to it. I just see it come through. So I don't know. We've been having issues with the chat. I don't know. We got to talk to Restream about that. Restream, you better get
Restream
your shit together. But no, I think. I mean, if you don't vote, then I'm just going to go back to the New Jersey election, and I think a lot more people came out to vote because number one, they called it the Republican shutdown. They're watching, the mainstream media. It wasn't a Republican shutdown. Everyone with half a brain knows that it wasn't. But when you get people that don't vote typically are watching, sitting at home, collecting welfare, getting their food stamps, and they're threatening, they're going to take away your SNAP benefits and all that stuff. They're like, holy shit. And they never voted for it. They came out. There was like 600,000 more votes than ever. And but a lot of people voted Democrat because they thought the Republicans, that they did that. And I know a lot of illegals voted as well because in New Jersey, illegals get licenses. And in Jersey, where you register to vote, you go get your license. For instance, when I moved here from PA, go to get my New Jersey license, they say, what party are you registering with? And you register to vote right then and there. Boom. No checks, no balances, nothing. So illegals get licenses, then they get registered to vote. So I know a lot of them voted as well. That's the problem. But that's why Republicans, if 30-some% came out, where's the other 60-some percent?
They're disenfranchised. There's nothing to be excited about anymore. Most of these people realize the person the Republican Party, and I'll speak from Maryland. I'm not going to speak from Jersey, from Maryland. Most Republicans realize at this point that the person the Republican Party props up in front of them is someone who's kissed the ring and made promises to the party, not to the people. They're good for fundraising. They can make us lots of money. Don't give a shit what they can do for the people of the state. They can put money in our coffers, and that's what's important. We can prop them up at dinner parties, and we can charge $1,000 a plate. We don't care that the Republicans are broke and poor and getting spit on and can't afford their mortgage. We can charge $1,000 a plate for a dinner with this man in front of us or this woman here. The Republican Party is an impotent, mentally challenged child at this point. They are more concerned about money and getting along with everybody else than they are about doing what's right. That's why I'm saying stop fucking voting for Republicans. Very rarely do we get a Republican that really stands up and goes, look, I want to help the people. I want to make sure the people who live here and that are citizens of this country are going to be treated right. We're going to put them before everybody else. Every once in a while, we get that. For the most part, it's a fundraising pinata they put in front of us. And I'm sick of it. And again, I'm speaking about Maryland. Our Central Committee in Frederick County, Maryland, a bunch of fucking pansies. Can't get anybody elected in our county but they can sure as hell take the money that's given to them to go to goddamn conventions and eat dinner with other politicians and talk about how great they are while they can't accomplish shit here. I'm tired of Republicans. I'm sick of them. I'm sure it's the same way in Jersey. Republicans in the party are a joke. Stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your time and work directly with candidates. Skip the middleman. You're running for office. If people want to help you, they have to come to you. Don't go to the party. That's what's the problem. The party doesn't care about us anymore. They don't give a shit. It's that $1,000 a plate dinner is what they're worried about.
Yeah. All right. We got like 5 minutes left in the segment. I got a couple more clips to go. No, that's fine. No, man, I have at it. I want to hear it all. I mean, I was a little shocked about stop voting for Republicans, but hey, listen, I understand, but you need the right Republican, just you need the right Democrat.
That's what I mean. Vote for the most conservative person you can find. Stop voting up for somebody just because they prop them in front of you. Oh, he's a Republican. That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, don't vote for a rhino Republican in the name of a conservative person. And I'll just throw this out there before I play the next clip. John Fetterman, shocker.
Yes, I agree.
Common sense, and there's
a difference between a Democrat and a liberal. He's a Democrat.
Yeah,
he's not a liberal. That's the difference. Thank you. That is the perfect example of a Democrat, not a liberal.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to play this. I'm going to.
waqtigeeda waxay ahayd dowladda Mareykanka waxay ka qabanaysaa wixii annaga aan dhigno dowladda Mareykanka qabo. Waa kalsoonidaas inaan isku qabno annaga Soomaali haddii aan nahay. Wadankan annaga ku nool. Wadankan wadankii aan annaga tax ka dhibno waaye. Waa wadankii gabar idinkeedii ka dhalatay ee Congress-ka fadhiso. intii aniga aan Congress joogo wadanka Soomaaliya biyaheeda dad kaleeta iyo badeeda dad kale ma qaadanayaan. wadanka Mareykanka kuma taageerayo dad kaleeta in annaga ayna dhacaan. marka taas ka seex.
All right, so I'm going to stew on that one for a second. I'm hearing the reverb again.
No, you're good. I don't hear reverb.
Okay. My was your microphone had it. But I'm going to play the next clip. So it's still on that last clip, and then I'll play the next clip, and then they're kind of the same, pretty much.
America is the cancer. America, the American government, secularism, democracy, capitalism, these are cancers that have spread their illness all over the world. In America and in the Middle East. In America over here, people have the freedom to, again, like I said before, commit zina, do os fahisha, but when you speak up, it's a problem. Non-Muslims are tired of this cancer. They're tired of the American government. They're tired of democracy. They want to see a new way of life. And as Muslims, we have to understand that we have that new way of life. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sent as a mercy for all of mankind. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. He was sent as a mercy. Why? Because the way of life he brought will bring that mercy. The way of life he brought will bring that tranquility to Muslims and non-Muslims. Non-Muslims won't have to worry about these issues they worry about now. They won't have to, because Islam is a just religion that has come to be implemented.
Seth, we got a couple minutes. Oh man, it's reverbing again. We have a couple minutes left in the segment, but yeah, look at that. Omar again saying that as long as I'm in Congress, they have to listen to us Somalians. We pay taxes. No, you didn't pay. You're not paying taxes. Well, we just went over the whole thing. They're living off, most of them off of welfare that we pay taxes on, and then they have the biggest tax fraud in the history of this country in Minnesota so far, over $1 billion that we know of yet. And that's what we have. And then you have this guy talking about capitalism is wrong, but go back to where you came from. I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it, man. I really am. This is not what this country is built upon, and people need to realize that, no, we're not having that, all right? We're not having Sharia law in the streets. We're not having, having announcements. What was that? I think it's in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, where they announce it over the loudspeakers 5 times a day. I would lose my freaking mind. I'm Catholic. I would lose my mind if they announced the Hail Mary, every 5 times a day. I'll be like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, no, I'll go to church and I'll do it. But I'm just tired of it. Your thoughts?
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Back in the day when this country was founded, we found this country. Well, this country is founded on war. We kicked the British out of our country. We didn't ask them to leave. We didn't invite them to leave. We didn't beg them to leave. We killed them until they left. This country is not about being a victim. We need to get back to our roots. If the founding fathers were still alive today and they heard her speak and that whatever speak, they would be stacking bodies like cordwood. There would be blood in the streets at this point. They'd be like, nope, this ain't happening. We're not doing this again. You're out of here. And we're going to ask you one time to leave. We need to understand these people do not want to be Americans. They want to be Somalians or Syrians or Iranians that are in America. They want America to be that country. There's going to come a time where we're not going to be able to talk about it anymore. We're going to have to pick a side. The side will be bend over and grab your ankles and ask for another, or it's going to be you grab your shotgun, you get with your buddies and go, you know what? It's time to do some work. Because they're not leaving and they're not going to assimilate. They want us to assimilate with them. We have to take a stand now. While we can still do it peacefully, we have to take a stand now and get these people out. Or it'll get worse.
Yep. No, I agree with you right there, man. So we got to go to the next segment. This one, might have a little fun. Well, we have 2 more left. The 4th one, everybody, is this short one, and that's going to be the new segment that I have there. So like, subscribe, America's Pulse Network, AmericasPulseNetwork.com. You got Seth, Conservative Corner here. We have Alexander Levine live. Yeah, there you go. So, and of course, Jersey Shore. Oh, this side. Oh, that side. Backwards. But let's take a quick break and we'll go to the next segment.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, Elena, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Hammer number 3. Got quite a few clips of playing this one, and to our producer, I want to the Trump one. Actually, I want to switch everyone to the last of this segment because this segment is called "The Blind Leading the Blind," and it's a bunch of dumb freaking Democrats that are just I don't know. You can look it for yourself. Let's play the first clip.
I'm very privileged and honored today to have my family with me. I'd like to introduce them to you.
Disruptions of congressional business is a violation of law, is a criminal offense under federal law. Audience members are advised to take their seats and maintain order.
I just wish like a linebacker or something would have just like took him down in a second. Like the Exorcist, the power of Christ. These people are fucking nuts. It's like it just throw them in a loony bin right now. Like who does? Have at it, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Number one, that's not a man of God. I don't care what costume he has on. I don't care what little thing he's waving. He's not a man of God. God made it very clear. You render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and you render unto God what is God. You are to obey the laws that are given by your leaders. It's that simple. He doesn't mince words. The Bible does not mince words. You follow the law unless the law is against God. And enforcing the laws of your country is not against God, because we're not killing illegal immigrants. We're not torturing them. We're not throwing them into the ocean. We are sending them back home. That's all we're doing. So I call that man a blasphemer, a charlatan, and a hustler. And anybody that agrees with him, you are not a Christian. You are not a believer of God. You are a piece of shit who's using God as a weapon against other people. And God save you when you got to stand tall in front of the man and explain why you did that. There is nothing wrong with enforcing the laws of your country as long as they are just and they are not harmful. And sending someone home is not harmful. And on top of that, these people have had decades to get right with this country. Decades to start the process of becoming a citizen. They've had plenty of time and have chosen not to. And why have they done that? Because these men of God have told them to ignore the laws of the land. I blame them, and I blame liberals for every illegal immigrant who's died trying to get into this country, everyone who's been put in jail and sent home. The blood is on the hands of the holy men and the liberals for telling them to ignore the law. Keep coming. We're going to make sure you're welcome. I blame them, and I blame the corporations that employ them. They should all be held accountable. And it's got me so upset, I broke out the whiskey.
Mike unmuted. Oh, there it is. But yeah, no, that guy wasn't a man of God. He was just a nut job that watched The Exorcist. That's the power of Christ compels you. That's what they said. That's all he kept saying. The power of Christ compels you. So he was a nut. But all right, let's roll some of these. These are the morons. And this is Benny Johnson. Listen to what he says about what happened to the National Guardsmen in Washington. I wanted to just drive down there and just give him a backhand slap for what he said, because what a stupid statement he made. Let's roll the clip.
Madam Secretary, you and the gentleman from NCTC reference the unfortunate accident that occurred with the National Guardsmen being killed.
You think that was an unfortunate accident?
I mean,
it was a terrorist attack.
Wait. Look, I'll get it straight. Then you can
He shot our National Guardsman in the head.
Look, Mr. Chairman, will you direct the witness to allow me to ask my question? It was an unfortunate situation.
Unfortunate accident, really? Say that to the family members in this case. Remember, Thompson got famous for leading the second Trump impeachment witch hunt before reportedly deleting all that evidence that could have been helpful to the president days before the GOP took the majority. Now, his colleague, Congressman Thanadar, well, is currently trying to impeach the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and is now also demanding that Secretary Noem resign.
Yeah, that guy with the whatever the hell he wears on his head. I don't know. It's like him and what's her name, Maxine Waters, probably shop at the same wig place. So that's probably it. But yeah, Benny Johnson saying, "Oh, the unfortunate accident." What an accident? The guy went there and shot two of our National Guardsmen, and he shot the woman that, I mean, one died and one still fighting for his life. Who is, I'm hearing, is recovering. That's great. But like Sean Hannity said, tell that to the families. Like, what is wrong with these Democrats? Why would you say that? This is like the blind leading the blind. That's why I in depth the Hammer segment. This, and there's more. You're going to see more. So let me hear your thoughts on that real quick.
It's easy to sit back and say accident when you've never put anything on the line. When you don't put on that uniform and stand that watch, when you don't put on that uniform and take that cruise overseas on a warship, it's real easy to sit on your fat ass and talk about how it's an unfortunate accident. When you don't put the badge on or put that gun on and go walk a beat, or drive a patrol. It's really easy to talk about how bad cops are and how stupid they are while your lazy ass sits at home eating potato chips talking about how you could do it better. Shut the fuck up. You're a politician. You've done nothing for society. You do nothing. You're a leech. We pay you to do nothing. He needs to shut up. What he needs to do is go to Quantico or Paris Island and go through boot camp. Drag his fat, happy ass down there, go through with the crayon eaters, and go through boot camp. I guarantee you he'd be crying in the first 2 days for his mommy. He would cry for his dad, but I'm sure he doesn't know who he is. But he'd be crying for somebody in his family because he doesn't have what it takes to do what those men do and those women do. He's happy sitting on his ass in D.C. passing judgment on an unfortunate accident. He needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. That's why I called it the blind leading the blind. And I'm going to play these next two. I'm going to play them both. There's one clip. It's an old one. This is Hank Johnson, who is a fucking moron. I mean, this guy, I think I played it before on the Pulse, maybe it was. It's just a short of that and then going to the next one. But this is who gets elected. You look at the AOCs, you look at the Jasmine Crockett's, you look at like that guy, Benny Johnson, and unfortunate accident. No, somebody deliberately went and shot somebody, and that wasn't an accident. They planned on driving from wherever the hell it was. They drove from like almost cross country, I believe. Yeah, and to deliberately shoot a National Guardsman. So unfortunate accident. It's not like the guy tripped and fell over his gun in friggin' Texas or wherever the hell he was, and the bullet traveled to Washington. You know, it's idiots. So let's play this next one.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't.
Ding, boom, this is me, bing. It's not even clear if Trump knows which of his political opponents he's running against. Mr. Trump has mixed up President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama on at least 8 different occasions. He bizarrely mixed up presidential candidate Nikki Haley with former Speaker Pelosi, inferring that Ambassador Haley was responsible for Capitol security. He can't keep straight the names of world leaders. In October of 2023, Mr. Trump referred to Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban as the, quote, great leader of Turkey, end quote. Republicans are intellectually and morally dishonest to criticize President Biden when their dear chosen leader, Donald Trump, presents with symptoms which are quite frankly scary.
I just wonder if the gentleman from the other side of the aisle is concerned that the additional aid that was voted on to go to Taiwan would cause that island to tip over in any point in the future.
I mean, this guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. This guy, I think it tip over, and he's such a moron. And then he says, "Well, Trump, messed up names." You meet so many people, you give so many speeches. The guy speaks for 2 hours at a time. At more than any other president I've ever seen. Biden goes to shake hands with ghosts out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, he's like, these people are unbelievable, man. And that's a blind leading the blind right there. So what do you think?
There's a man passing judgment on another man who's wearing Depends, but he has no control over his own bowels. So I have to listen to this moron who thinks islands will tip over because more people go to one side than the other, and people take him seriously. How is he not laughed out of D.C.? I mean, literally, if I were in the audience there and he said that, I'd be like, dude, go change your Depends. You obviously got some, you think an island will tip over because there's more people on one side. You're a fucking idiot. How do you dress yourself? How did you find your way here today? Who helped you get here today? You're an idiot. You are the perfect poster child for pro-choice. You are the perfect argument for pro-choice. God damn it.
Oh my God. But later in that clip, he did say, He said, well, when he responded to what the guy said, he said, well, I was just, the island is floating. And I thought, they're not floating. If it was floating, they would move all around the sea. So it's not. And he said that. I should have put that in there too, but I had a lot of clips to cut today but I should have put that in there too. But that's what he said. The island was floating. It's floating, and if it gets too heavy on one side, it can capsize. Yeah, okay, sure. As a Navy person, I'm sure you can you put that math together and figure it out. So, but all right. So
I think the people on that island are safe. They're not going to capsize.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're running out of time. We're going to go to this next segment. It's a quick one, real fast. This is something new. So it's a surprise for Seth. Our great producer, DW, put it together quickly, even though he's not feeling well. But it'll get better. We're working with it. It's something new that we're trying. Instead of the Patriot and Loser of the Week, which I do that on Monday. This is something different. So let's take a quick break and go to that.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
All right, so everyone, welcome back to Hammer 4. This is a quick one. Like I said, we're just going to go into this award, this new award that I'm going to give out. I'm going to make a trophy for this too, just like I have the Steve the Tank Kush Award. I'm going to make a trophy for it too. But this is the most punchable face award of the week. So let's roll the clip.
Hey. Not bad. You're nailing it.
Thanks, Randy.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face. And again, you're doing great, man. This is the Catalina Wine.
Yeah.
We're all having a great time. Everybody's having fun. You pulled it off, all right? But if you don't change your face, I'm going to change it for you.
Okay. All I can do is take that in and consider it, and I'll just try to do my best version of whatever I think that would be.
I don't even hear what you're saying right now because your face is driving me nuts.
Thanks again, though.
Oh, tits.
That was from Step.
I love it.
But so Tim Walz got the first punchable face award. So that's because what he ignored all the Somalian stuff and probably more is going to all the taxpayer dollars. So, but so there you go. So, so what'd you think about that? About the punchable face award?
I love it. I can't think of a man more deserving who's earned it more. He is, God, I want to punch him. After I put tampons in his nose, I want to punch him.
Dude, afterwards.
The strings hanging down.
But all right, Seth. Well, listen, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Here, thank you for coming on tonight. Always a pleasure. And I'm telling you, if you're watching, if you don't get back to me with Sammy, then we're gonna have some issues. So because I emailed her again, and she got back 2 weeks ago and said she's going to schedule it, but I haven't heard since.
I have never been more excited about the possibility of something than I am about talking to Mr. Gravano. I'm going to be respectful. I don't want him to worry about me trying to be an idiot. That is not the case at all. I am genuinely interested in him and his life, and I just would love to speak to him. I think it would be incredible.
It's kind of like I said before. I didn't expect when he actually interviewed me on his podcast. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to do this or what? But I'll before we do this, and I'm telling you, I will make it happen. I promise. I will keep hitting him hard with emails over and over again because he was on the. I was on his podcast and he came on my radio show. But I will bug the hell out of him until he comes on. But
you might not want to do that. I'm just saying.
You know me. But all right, everybody. Thank you, Seth, for coming on. It was a great show. Appreciate it. And everybody, have a good night. Make sure you catch Seth's shows coming up this Sunday at 7 p.m. The Conservative Corner. So, all right, sign it off.
Thank you for watching this episode of Jersey Shore Podcast. So please click subscribe on your favorite social media to get notified of each upcoming episode. The Hammer looks forward to your comments on upcoming episodes. Damon, Galdo, and family wishes you a happy holidays and